Yes, O'Rourke.
Chairman, I want to talk about some of the SOPs. I'm glad to hear that the government will now support SOP 62 to reinstate the declaration concerning the rule of law and sovereignty of Parliament. So that's great, but I think they should also take a look at some of the others as well, as I have. First of all, Jacinda Ardern's SOP to delete clause 132, that's the one relating to the compulsory retirement of judges at the early age of 70. Mr. Chairman, that is completely wrong. That is ageism. That is contrary to the New Zealand Bill of Rights Act, and the government should be taking more notice of that. It's a waste of a valuable human resource to make people retire at the early age of 70. Judges at that age and beyond are perfectly capable of carrying out their duties, and they have a huge amount of experience that shouldn't be lost. So that should be supported. SOP 217, in the name of Louisa Wall, asks us to take into account gender, cultural and ethnic diversity and so on the appointment of judges. We will be voting against that because we don't understand what the term take into account means. And we say that the appointment of judges must be entirely on merit, and if anything was to be said about those issues, it should say that appointments must be neutral as regards gender, ethnicity and all the rest of it. This says the opposite, so it should not be passed. It's a dangerous thing to do because it actually could be interpreted as allowing, negative issues concerning gender and ethnicity and so on to be taken into account. So it means it directs neither negative nor affirmative reasons for that.
Order. So
it's not well. It is not very well drafted, and it's wrong in principle. We'll be voting against it. However, SOP 216, also in the name of Louisa Wall, talks about judges to the Maori Land Court, and advice or recommendations from the Minister for Maori Development should be taken into account first. We're very happy with that. We'll vote for that. SOP 66, in the name of David Clendon, relating to a register for judges' pecuniary interests. That was looked after in the private members' bill of Kennedy Graham and wasn't supported then. I don't think anyone will want to support it now. We had a long and comprehensive process about that, and it didn't go anywhere. It's not appropriate to raise it again now in this bill. SOP 63, in the name of Jacinda Ardern, would add to Clause 3 another purpose, requiring consideration of the legal issues, especially relating to the Treaty of Waitangi. And Mr. Speaker, the purpose that is set out is meaningless because it refers to an understanding of. What on earth does that mean? An understanding of important legal matters, including legal matters relating to the Treaty of Waitangi, to be resolved with an understanding of New Zealand conditions, history and tradition. Doesn't mean a damn thing as far as I'm concerned, and it is not the right sort of thing to put in the bill. We'll be voting against it for those reasons. Now, most particularly, Mr. Chairman, I want to refer to Jacinda Ardern's SOP concerning the publication of district court judgments, which the Minister wants to go back to the status quo in her SOP. I think Jacinda's got that right. We will be supporting that, and the reasons are, the reasons actually given are simply that, and I quote, currently resourcing required to enable publication of all judgments across all courts, and especially the district court, would be substantial. That's the only reason we're given for the Minister wanting to go back to the status quo. And that's just a resourcing issue. That's not a reason why we shouldn't put this in the legislation and let the government get on with it, provide resources and let it happen. Because I've had, as other MPs will have had, a number of contacts from people who are saying, look, I need to get this information, I need to get those district court judgments for very good reasons. And the best place to do that is online. Currently, it's very hard to do it at all, to get a district court judgment, especially notes of evidence. So it is high time that the government did what it said it was going to do, which is to create a modernisation bill, This does not do that. It's the status quo.